All right. I think this game will get done in time before I have to go to work. So let's go ahead and stream this loss. All right. Yeah, this is a loss tonight. They just can't play defense. They're too hot. 52% from three. 10 out of 19 for Penn State up to this point. That is, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. So free throws. Illinois 9 out of 10, 90%. That's beautiful. Just not getting to the line enough. Rebounding, whatever. Assists, not good. Turnovers, 5 turnovers, 8 assists. We'll see how the game finishes. For Penn State, basically, Jalen Pickett, no one can stop him. He's the best player on the court, and that's just a fact. Um, Illinois, Ty Rogers with a career high 10 points. RJ Melendez not playing again. So, I don't know. Even though RJ showed up last game and cheered the team on, he might be gone. He might be on his way out the door. And honestly, it's not a loss, it's a positive. See, this is what happens, though. Um, you never, ever, never heard me brag about Illinois' defense. The most I ever said was, "Oh, they played good defense that night." That's as far as I go. This idea that Illinois is so good on defense is a joke. It is an absolute joke. Illinois is not a good team in any. They're not good at anything. So if you're not good at anything, how can you be a good team? And stats, please. Who are you doing these stats against? Oh, Charles. Illinois is going to lose tonight, and that's just the way it is. They just can't. They just can't stop Penn State from scoring. You got. If you think about it, you go to 3 pointers. So they got 10 made. You have 4. That's a difference of 6. You know, 6 times 3 is 18. So Penn State started this game 18-0 right off the top. That's a real interesting way to think about it, but I heard that from old David Kaplan. David Kaplan, he's always mentioning the 3 pointer, and interesting way to look at it, but it is true. If you make 4 threes and they make 10, that's 6 more than you. 6 times 3 is 18. So you're starting the game off 18-0 Penn State. That is an incredible lead right off the bat. This is just one of those nights where one man dominates the entire game, and as a result, his whole team is lifted up. So Jalen Pickett has lifted up his team by his greatness. Illinois just doesn't have that kind of player on their team. I see Matthew. Matthew's not doing anything tonight. It's just another loss. And then I seen people on Twitter saying that Illinois should be ranked, and I laughed at that. I laughed at that. Illinois should be ranked. Get out of here. A lot of Illinois fans are just they're too hopeful. They're so hopeful they're delusional, thinking this team should be ranked. It's ridiculous. What team have you been watching? Well, Gregory, they're not. Well, I'm talking about people on Twitter. People on Twitter were saying Illinois should be ranked, and I laughed at that. I laughed at them. I laugh at Illinois fans. They're too delusional. They can't deal with reality. This team sucks. That's the reality. They don't do anything good. Oh gosh, you call a timeout and you come out with that. That's your play. This offense is abysmal. I could see a better offense at a grade school basketball game, and that's no joke. Illinois players never call out picks. Illinois players never call out picks. It's annoying. You know what they used to do in basketball. What they used to do when a player was unstoppable and he was hot, they used to hard foul him to give him something to think about. But those days are long gone. But I would like to see that come back. You don't got to do nothing dirty. Just a nice hard foul. That's all. Just give him a nice hard foul, something he can remember. Let him think about it. This is embarrassing. You said, where'd you hear that at? He left the team? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear he left the team. I've been busy all day and night. Oh, if he left the team, then wow. Really? Let me see this. Wow, he has, huh? Zachary has the party liner program. France. Wow. 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 Red Pillow, I am John C. Riley, watching Illinois. Um, so he wasn't happy with not playing, I take it. Well, that's one thing about Brad Underwood. He doesn't like to play players. It's a strange thing. It's really strange. The way Brad Underwood thinks about things is weird. At this point in time, you got to play anybody on your team. It doesn't matter if they've practiced 20 times. Basketball is basketball. It's not nothing hard. You have nothing to lose. Your team sucks. You might as well put all these players in. I tell you what, Brad Underwood can't keep players, can he? Brad Underwood cannot keep players together. And that's just been proven as a fact. So how many people will leave the Illinois program this time? I could imagine R.J. Melendez leaving. Who else? I hope Coleman Hawkins leaves because he just doesn't do it for me. Man, he just comes here and he just like, man, I'm going back home. Dang. Well, gamer, it's called great defense. Don't you know Illinois is one of the best defensive teams in the country? Don't you know? Well, he's just the best player on the court, and there's nothing they can do about it. The problem is Illinois basketball players have no basketball IQ. They have zero, none, nada. They are, as far as basketball IQ, Illinois is probably one of the dumbest teams I've ever seen in my life. And that's no joke. Yeah, they can't stop him. Well, you have the one group of people that think Coleman Hawkins is so good, but the reality is he's not. The reality is he's a beta male simp. Wow. Psh, hard foul the man. Hard foul the man. Take your arm and strike down on his head, acting like you're trying to block the shot. This is not hard to do. Hard foul him. Hard foul him. No, no, that's not a hard foul. That's a stupid foul. Right here, Coleman. Lift up your arm. Hand down, easy shot. Hand down, easy shot. Coleman's got his hands down, easy shot. Get your hands up. Get your hands up. Get your hands up. Get your hands up. Can't rebound. You can't do nothing. What a bunch of beta male simps. Wow. This is comical. This is comical. This is so bad. Yeah, this game is over, bro. Yeah. For anybody who thinks this team is going to do something, you're just being delusional. This is a bad team in every way you could be bad. There is no way, none. They are not winning in the tournament. It is impossible. When this isn't a small sample size, it is what it is. And what it is You can't count on one Illinois player to do anything. You know, like, you know, usually, most teams have a player or two. You could take a permanent marker and you could write down their stats. Illinois, you can't do that. You got to write down your prediction in pencil because you have literally no idea what any of these players will give you per game. None. You don't know. How can you win like that? How can you win when you have nobody on your team that you can count on to do anything? Well, it's hard to miss when you're wide open. It's hard to miss when your defender has his arms down. It's hard to miss when no one fouls you. It's just a cakewalk. And I can't believe the French guy left the program already. Illinois can't keep players. It's a shame. Brad Underwood needs to be fired. I'm you know what? I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Brad Underwood, his time has come. He needs to be fired. He can't keep players. Players don't get better under him, except for players that are self-driven like Io. But that's only because Io was self-driven. It wasn't because of the coaches. Because let's be honest, who's gotten better on this team? Nobody. Did RJ get better? Did Coleman get better? Did anybody get better? No, no, none of them did. Yeah, because the players don't listen to them. They don't respond. Players just leave the program. I've never seen so many players leave Illinois in my life. It's insane. How many people are going to leave this year? You already got the French guy leaving. Sky Clark, he needed to leave because he was a turnover machine who was unathletic. I think RJ Melendez is leaving, but that's not a loss. I think it's time to start buying players, man. Are there any rich people out there? Are there any rich guys out there who would be willing to buy good players for Illinois? Gosh, I wish I was rich. If I was rich, guys, I promise you, I would be buying players for Illinois. You would not see these kind of players on the team. They didn't say why the French guy left. Probably because Brad Underwood doesn't like to play players. Probably. Sky Clark was out of shape. He was slow, lazy, unathletic, a turnover machine. Sky Clark was overrated piece of trash, basketball wise, and that it just is what it is. Coleman, you can't take that guy. You're embarrassing, bro. Take him, Coleman. My gosh, you can't even take that guy. Are you joking? Oh my gosh, dude. Illinois is filled with beta male simps. I wouldn't be surprised if Illinois players sat in their dorm room watching Twitch thoughts giving them their money. Brad Underwood doesn't like to play players for some reason. Like, Brad Underwood gets it in his mind. He just once he gets something in his mind, you can't stop him. Once Brad Underwood decides who's going to play and not play, it's done. He never changes his mind. He's already got his set of players that he's going to play no matter what. It doesn't matter what happens, he's going to play these players. Even though they suck, he'll still play them. What's Brad Underwood going to say? Brad Underwood's just going to say, tonight we just couldn't stop anybody. We couldn't score. Um, my players are soft, weak, beta male simps. If I could get rid of all of them, I would. I made a huge mistake. Um, I wish I could recruit better players who are going to the NBA instead of getting players who are going to China. That's Illinois. Illinois gets recruits that go to China to play basketball. We need recruits that are going to the league. We need NBA players. We need lottery picks. Find somebody rich and have them help you. What's crazy though? With a 3-point shot in 10 minutes and 50 seconds left, if you could come back from this deficit if you caught fire from three. If you could play some kind of defense and catch fire from three, you could be back in the game. But the chances of that are zero. And guys, let me tell you about Illinois football real quick. Brad Underwood's going to be saying that tonight. You know what Brad Underwood should do? Brad Underwood should bring a bag with him in the press conference. And when they ask him, what do you think about tonight? He should pour the bag out. It should be poop. That's what he should do. What do I think about tonight? I think it's poop. And then they'll say, Coach, whose poop is that? It's my poop. Well, you go through the team, you know, Sincere Harris offensively is useless. He's got to change that. Coleman Hawkins is a simp punk. He's got to change that, but how can he? Uh, Matthew and Shannon will be gone, so it doesn't matter. Well, yeah, if you want to give Brad Underwood one more year, go ahead. But in all honesty, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Nobody wants to shoot because everybody's a beta male simp. I'd call timeout and I'd sit every one of them down. I would sit every one of them down, and I would bring in a fresh five and say, "Shoot the ball. Don't be scared. You're already losing. Do something." Well, one thing's for sure: the one dude can dunk. That's all we know for sure. He can dunk. Um, and then Hansberry, I did a video on him. This little highlight tape. I love his game. I love his game. That dude can do anything. He got a mid-range game, a post-up game. Can shoot a three. And he has a work ethic. He rebounds. If he can play like his highlights, he could be a star. I mean, honestly, he does it all. Well, I'll tell you this much. If the freshmen are any good, they'll be starting over these bums. This game is not over. Illinois, if they could just get it together, man. You got 8 minutes left. If you could just get it together, make a comeback win. But you got a hard foul 22 right in his head. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to let somebody score that many points on you. I'm ready for Illinois football to come back. Illinois football, the defense is going to be really interesting. Obviously, our defensive coordinator, the best in the country, goes to Purdue. And the guy he brings with him from our staff, he chooses him over Aaron Henry. So common sense says he believes that other dude had a better understanding of the defense than Aaron Henry did. So I am extremely concerned with Illinois' defense next year. I am extremely concerned. I was so happy to have an elite defense, and now I just don't know what kind of defense we're gonna have, and that's not good. But I'm more excited for Illinois football than I am this basketball team. It is pathetic. There's no Illinois never heard of a foul before. They never heard of a hard foul. I don't understand. 35 points, man. That's embarrassing. If I was, you see, I couldn't be Brad Underwood. I couldn't be. If I was Brad Underwood, I would go out on the court myself and hard foul Pickett. And then I would be banned from basketball forever. But my point remains. Speaking of something crazy, did you guys see that video? The female assistant coach, she played in a basketball game and tried to play it off like she was a part of the team. And then when they found out, she got fired. Their team got suspended for the rest of the year. Did you guys see that story? How crazy was that? Tell you, people have lost their minds, man. Yeah, well, let's see. Illinois, they go to Indiana on Saturday. So they go back to back losses. Hmm. Coleman can get us back in the game. Oh man, Coleman couldn't get his team back in the game if he was playing against a grade school team. Coleman Hawkins sucks. That's an offensive foul, but don't tell nobody. No, Coleman Hawkins sucks, dude. He can't bring back nothing, dude. Coleman Hawkins is a joke. He's a joke. And it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. That's goaltending. Just leave. Leave the program immediately. Somebody get Coleman Hawkins a ticket out of here. That dude sucks so bad, it's not even, it's sad. It's sad how bad he sucks. Coleman Hawkins is a beta male simp and he sucks. He sucks. This team is trash. They're the worst 3-point shooting team in the country. Is there any player at Illinois that has any kind of pride, any kind of desire to win? There just is none. None. Put in the Italian kid. Just put the whole bench in. Well, Trumpet Joe, Illinois is one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the country. So they can chuck them all they want, but it ain't going to happen. Illinois had a chance to get back in this game, but they can't make a three. They're terrible, terrible, terrible 3-point shooters. It's too easy. It's so easy. It's like playing against women. It's like he's a dude playing against females. That's how easy it is. It's very, very easy. Gosh. I know he ain't afraid to shoot. I know Jaden Epps will shoot. He ain't afraid. He can't make nothing, but he ain't afraid to shoot. He'll shoot it. Too easy, man. What a joke, dude. What a joke. Man, that dude ain't nothing, man. Get the out of here, man. That dude ain't nothing. He's nothing. Man, scoring 40 points against Illinois is nothing. There's no defense. That dude ain't going nowhere. He ain't going to no NBA. He ain't doing nothing. I don't even know if there's an NBA player in college basketball this year. I honestly don't even know. I haven't seen one player that looks like they should go to the NBA. That's fake news. Fake news. Illinois does not have a good defense. That's fake news. Because if your defense was so good, you wouldn't give up 40 points to one player. Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Illinois' wheelchair team has a better offense than these guys do, and that's not even a joke. Illinois' wheelchair team runs better offense than Illinois does, and that's a fact. What defense by Coleman Hawkins? Coleman Hawkins is the best defender in college basketball, as you can clearly tell tonight. Man, Sincere Harris can't even make a layup. Now he's trying to shoot a three. This game is over now. Illinois just too many bricks. Too many bricks from three. I'd put it in the bench. No, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't even know Penn State's not even a good team. You wouldn't even know that by tonight. Well, there's still no information on why the French guy left the program. I'm guessing it's because Brad Underwood wouldn't play him. Because Brad Underwood, he'll tell you, oh, he's playing really good defense. He's doing really good in practice. He's doing so good that I don't play him. You know, that Brad Underwood does. He has that bad habit. He's got a bad habit of going to the media and telling them how good somebody is, and then he won't play him. He's got to stop that crap. People want to play. Nobody wants to come to a program and sit the bench. People want to play. And Brad can't get that through his mind. He can't get it through his thick head. The days of a player coming to your program and taking a year to lift weights and get themselves together, those days are over. Now it's all about, I want to play now. Oh, I can't play? I'm leaving. Welcome to the future of basketball. If you're going to recruit a kid, you better play the kid, or he's going to leave. The sooner Brad Underwood can get that through his thick head, the better off we'll be. So, you have to be honest with your team. If you believe Zachary has more potential than Coleman Hawkins or RJ Melendez, then you play him over them because they can leave. They've already shown themselves. That's what he needs to do. What? Sky Clark is a fat, lazy, out of shape, turnover, non-shooting machine. That's a great thing he's gone. He sucks. Sky Clark sucks. Period. He still turned the ball over, and he don't even play for him. Sky Clark is the most unathletic point guard I ever seen. He was a turnover machine, a non-scoring machine. He was worthless, just like Coleman Hawkins. No, I take that back. Coleman Hawkins has more value than Sky Clark did. No, Illinois needs a future lottery pick. That's what they need. Dang, situation is so bad. He put R.J. Melendez in the game. Why is not Luke Goody shooting three? Why is Matt Goody not shooting a three? Why is Matt Goody not shooting a three? Who are you passing to, RJ? I suck Melendez. Why is Luke Goody not shooting the three? I just don't understand. If Sky Clark was playing, Illinois would have 10 more turnovers than they do now, and he'd be sitting the bench. No, Sky Clark left because his dad told him to. His family thinks that his son is so good, but his son is straight trash. He's not good. This dude's going to score 50 points. He not one hard foul either. Not one hard foul on him the entire night. Not one. Can Luke Goody shoot a three? Can Luke Goody shoot a three? Can he get a chance? Somebody give Luke Goody the ball. Ryan, he had to go. He had to go because his mind was not right at Illinois. Cabello's mind was not right with Illinois. He was homesick. He was a turnover machine. He couldn't score. He had to go. And Adam Miller was a punk. He had to go too. He was a punk. And both of those players got something in common. They're not going to the NBA. We need to get players who are going to be in the NBA. That's what we need. I wish we had players who were going in the lottery in the NBA draft. That's what I wish. Illinois, we don't get Derrick Rose. We don't get Eric Gordon. We don't get Anthony Davis. We get the players who are not going to the NBA. That's who we get. I'm sick of that. I am sick of it. With the NIL, you can buy players now. We need to buy players. We need to buy players who are going to the NBA. I am sick of having a team full of Chinese players. These players, when they graduate, they're going to try out for a team in China. That's what they're going to do because their players are beta. They're beta simps. Every one of them is a beta simp. There are no alpha dogs on that team. Not one of these players is going to the NBA because they're all just simps. Beta male simps. Not one is going to the NBA. They don't have the talent. We need players with talent. We need players who are going to the NBA. Can Luke Goody get a three? Illinois is the worst three-point shooting team in the world. Well, Kofi should have stayed, but he never was going to go to the NBA because his style of basketball is not for the NBA. Look at that. 6 out of 23. What do you do with this game? You just move on. You move on. Believe me, Brad Underwood, he tries. He tries to get those players that are going to the NBA, but he can't get them. He tries, like everyone else does. He just can't buy those players because Illinois is not putting out the money that the other schools are putting out. They're not at the level of the Dukes and any team like that. And that's a shame. That's a real shame. Can Luke Goody shoot a three? Man, I just all right. What do we know for sure? Final four team. How? They're the worst 3-point shooting team. They're a terrible free throw shooting team, except for two nights in the Big Ten. This is the second time in the Big Ten where they did good at the free throw line. That's 2 out of 20 games. They're a bad free throw shooting team. They're a leader in turnovers. They're a leader in not getting assists. They are all inconsistent players. There is no way in the world they're getting past the second round of the tournament. As a matter of fact, it will be a shock if they make it out of the first round of the tournament. There is no way in the world this team is going to the Final Four. It is impossible. Because you're talking about a fantasy of Coleman Hawkins scoring 25 points, Matthew Meyer scoring 25 points, Shannon Jr. scoring 25 points. You're just talking about where everybody has a career high every night. The chances of that, zero. Shame on that coach for keeping that kid in there. And that's another thing. That coach is keeping that kid out there so he can score more points. What are you going to do about it? Foul that dude. Foul him hard. The coach is leaving him out there to score on you. Hurt that dude, man. Hurt him with a hard foul. If that coach wants to keep him out there just to embarrass you, you have to respond. Dude, if I was head coach, I'm telling my kid, you better put 22 down. Period. You better put 22 down on the ground, period. If he wants to stay in the game to try to embarrass us, we're going to put him down to the ground, get it done. Well, how are you going to win in the tournament if you can't win on the road? Oh my gosh, the kid was hot because Illinois wouldn't foul him. He only went to the free throw line one time. Can you all get that through your head? The man scored 40 something points and went to the free throw line one time because nobody wanted to foul him. This is not basketball. This is not basketball. This is trash. The basketball that I know would never, 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 ever allow anyone to score this many points without being fouled all night long. This is an embarrassment. He's only been fouled one time. How is it possible? Hit that dude. Man, I miss basketball. With this crap you guys watch, this isn't basketball. This is crap garbage. This is not basketball. This is trash. Absolute trash. Nobody knows how to play basketball anymore. It's a joke. This dude scores 40 something points and gets fouled one time. One time. 41 points and gets fouled one time. Luke Goody, why don't you shoot a three, you simp? Oh gosh, I wish Luke Goody would have shot some threes, man. Maybe he could get hot and would have made some. Well, Illinois sucks, and this ain't, what can you do? Illinois has to go to Indiana on Saturday. That's another loss. So back-to-back losses for Illinois coming up. Oh my gosh, get off of his nuts. It wasn't nothing. That was nothing. There was no defense, no fouls, no nothing. Get off his nuts. That was easy. They didn't foul him. They didn't do anything. Anyway, Illinois sucks, and now you see it for yourself. 25% from three, 7 out of 27. How can you win a game like that? You just can't. Anyway, nothing else I can say about it. Illinois sucks. And it just is what it is. NIT, probably. Well, we know that we know this is a loss. They're going to lose at Indiana. Should win. Could lose. Could lose. Should win. Should lose. So that's probably like 1, 2, 3. They got 3 more losses coming up, at least. So 3 more losses to them. Then where's the Big Ten at? So let's see. Conference. So that'd be 8 losses. See, 8 losses and let's see, 1, maybe, no. They got 8 losses in the Big Ten at the least. At the least. Well, Brad Underwood needs to be fired. Honestly. If we're being honest, he needs to be fired. Everybody leaves his team. They're going to lose at Indiana. I mean, you already know that. But anyway, Sky Clark is unathletic. He's a turnover machine, and he sucks. So, yeah, we don't need him. We need people who are going to the NBA. That's what we need. But my gosh, Illinois sucks. Illinois sucks. I mean, they suck. Oh gosh. All right, guys. I'll see you guys Saturday. So enjoy your guys' night. Man, Illinois sucks. Nothing else we can say about it. All right, guys.